that did Miss Adrian this now Allen to get what he could have.
We
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show. Welcome. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I'm joined tonight on a very special show that we just kind of threw together at the last minute because it was hot topic, some hot shit, and needed to be discussed. So we're bringing it to you. And I'm joined tonight with my brother from another mother, Mr. Legacy the Great.
A.T.L, we in the building, baby.
Yes, bitch. And I'm joined by none other than my son, Mr. D-Lo himself.
What's up, y'all? Dallas in the house.
And my sweet sister, how you doing, beautiful Miss Auntie Adrian?
Hey, y'all.
What it is?
And tonight,
A.T.L hoes.
You know it.
I tell you. That curse has rubbed off on you, Miss Adrian. We're gonna pray for you.
Okay.
But just bow your heads. You know, we got to get that up off of you. Yes, you have been bitten by the bug.
Yes, I have.
But listen, I just had a.
I'm glad you have. She represents it very well. She definitely can represent ATL any day of the week.
Oh,
all
wow.
right now.
That might be a problem. But anyway, I just want to thank all of you for joining us, for sitting in with me tonight, and I really appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. And for you viewers out there, I just want to remind you, definitely click that like button. That it means the world to us. Comment below, and if you comment, we'll show your comments on the screen, and we will respond accordingly. And if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Again, I'm the Anthony Brown Show. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. I tell you, my inbox has been going crazy. My Twitter's been going crazy. My Instagram about this Tory Lanez, about this the baby, about T.I. So we're gonna have to talk about it. And then let me just
talk about it.
But for those of you who don't know what is going on, the baby. Rapper, entertainer. He just recently did a show and he performed, and in the midst of his show, this was like maybe 2 days ago, in the midst of his show and his performance, he stopped the music and everything, and he had the audacity to make comments such as, and I'm just paraphrasing, I didn't write it down, but basically he was saying, the first thing he said was, because I guess they had stood in a long line outside the arena before coming in, and it was hot. So he's like, if pussy not stinking, it's not smelling like musk or whatever, put your cell phone lights up. That was crazy. That's him. You know. Then he went on to say, if you don't have HIV, you're not around here killing motherfuckers and this and that, blah 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 blah. Speaking about HIV, which I think was insensitive, not only to and I didn't see that as being a gay gesture or a gay comment.
Right,
I
it was just anybody.
I saw that as in general because straight people, children, all have, can contract HIV. So that was very insensitive to those people in that community that have HIV. Yes. I saw that. Then he went on to say, and this was another thing that kind of struck me. He went on to say, some of y'all niggas are suspect because y'all around here sucking dick in the parking lot. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, did he just get his dick sucked and got caught or something? Or what? Or he saw one of his players, one of his homies in the parking lot getting their dick sucked, and now he had he
also said something about a brief mention about about Lil Nas X as
No,
well.
no, that was T.I. That was I'm going to add on that. T.I. came up and T.I. Added to the fire, threw some more wood on the fire, and T.I. said, well, I guess if Lil Nas can do it, then the baby can do it as well. Well, first of all, Lil Nas never insulted or belittled anybody or had anybody feel any kind of way as far as their disease, you know, as far as their health. Lil Nas didn't belittle anybody as far as their sexuality, anything like that. Lil Nas is an artist. He's doing self-expression. The baby, but hold on. And so what the baby welcome TeAma. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, boo.
Hey,
Hey.
So this is just my view and my opinion. Like I said, I wanted to talk about it, and I'm trying to get over here to these comments. Let's see if we have any comments. But I just wanted to, you know, to bring that up. So, hey, Tina Mo. I know Tina was gonna be on. If nobody else was gonna be on here, I know Tina was gonna be on here. Tina and Tia.
Hey, Miss Mo.
So anyway, that's what happened. So what do y'all think about that? Let's talk about it. Go ahead, Legacy.
Okay, I definitely agree with the insensitiveness that the baby came out with talking about that. That was very wrong. It was disrespectful to on all levels, because some people contracted diseases in that way from situations that their parents brought them into this world like that. So they didn't have an option or a choice. So that's very wrong. So I'm definitely against that. But the thing that I saw that T.I. and Lil Nas was Lil Nas and the baby was talking. Is it the baby or Lil Baby?
That's the baby.
The baby.
Well, my thing is, I hear you say that what Lil Nas did when he came out with that, because all of this still stems from that video he made. What was the name of it?
The one he did with the devil.
With the devil, exactly.
Montero, call me by your name.
That's exactly the one, Don Allen. And a lot of people are offended, not just by the sexual gestures that Lil Nas was able to do in his video to express his own life and sexuality and things of that nature. And as we were talking earlier today, Tony, it's like I told you, society seems to have caught up with itself, and you know that we talk about it's okay to be, you know, to live an alternative lifestyle, and we accept that you can get same-sex marriages can take place and things of that nature. We've got to that point at that moment, but what society still has not come to terms with, especially in the United States, is the Christian view, because the United States is, in this country is majority Christianity, and a lot of people are still not ready to deal with the openness and the exploitation of being able to express themselves in open, like Lil Nas did, talking on a demonic side, and then at the same time being, you know, I guess vulgarly sexually with being with the same sex. So a lot of people was upset about that. And I do feel like, you know, when it comes to certain things, people should be able to say what the hell they want to say, but at the same time, we have to have discretion, because not only do we, just like we upset with him talking about people with HIV and things of that nature, because we're talking about kids and things of that nature. When it comes to sexual exploitations, the way that Lil Nas presented himself in that video, kids are watching that too, and we can warp children's mind to think one way, and we're causing them just as much. Hold on, we're causing them just as much injustice by doing that also. So people can side with. That's why it's people's opinion, because some people are going to be okay with it and some people are not, and that's just it in a nutshell.
What'd you say, Don?
I beg the difference. I'm gonna tell you why. Because now all of a sudden, Now all of a sudden, when it comes to gay expression and folks being open about their sexuality, like Lil Nas is, he was on the awards and he did that, so where he kissed the guy and all of that stuff. Now everybody's afraid for the children. Oh, the children. Oh, the children. But nobody was afraid for the children when they let their kids watch thug movies, thug shows, things that teach them how to be thugs, things that teach them how to disrespect women, how to call women bitches and hoes. And if you let your kids watch that and you had no problem then, and that wasn't a problem. But as soon as the gays with the gay disease and the gayness come on, now we're afraid for the children. Oh, the children. Oh, the children. Oh, our children are watching. Oh, we're so scared for our children. But no, let me finish. But when you let kids watch all these nasty sounding videos, bitch do this, hoe do this, bitch get on top, bitch do some work, bitch suck my dick, this bitch is a bitch, that hoe is a hoe, da. When they watch movies and shows that tell them how to be a thug and let him be a thug is this. Oh, being thug is wonderful. Being thug is this. Being thug, glorifying being a thug, that's okay. But soon as something different gets presented that they don't understand, now we want to shelter the children. Oh, the children. Oh, the children. Now we want to cry about the children. Oh, the children. So why didn't you do that? Or why didn't you shelter your children, ma'am, when you had 4 and 5 different boyfriends having your kids call him uncle? Why didn't you shelter your children then? Why didn't you shelter your children when your kids heard you screwing late at night with a different man?
Lord.
Why didn't you shelter your children then? But now, because it's a different sexuality, now we want to scream, oh, the children.
But then I'm gonna say this, D. I'm gonna say this, D. I hear you on that, D. But let me explain something to you, D. When I hear you say why it wasn't, there was a movement in music and rap and gangster rap throughout history, and they have tried to block it by trying to make it to where certain things cannot be said and done. They did it against 2 Live Crew. They did it against NWA. They did it against every gangster rap that talked about these things. This has been done, but because you have a freedom of speech is why they could not censor people. So I understand what you're saying because it seemed like it, but it took years before certain people and politicians decided that, you know what, we're no longer going to fight that battle right there because we're infringing on their right. Nobody has stopped Lil Nas X from saying what the hell he want to say because they can't. But people can have an opinion.
But it's a double standard. I don't care which way you look at it. It's a double standard.
How? When I just told you, Don Allen, they did all of that against all those gangster rappers. They tried to block them.
No. What I'm saying is, what about those homes where the parents knew that their kids were doing it and they allowed them to do it? That's what I'm talking about. Those parents that allowed those kids to listen to that stuff. To watch that stuff. They didn't block them from listening and watching that stuff.
Don't you as a parent, like I hear you putting it on the parents, right? Which that's where it lies at with the parents. But at the end of the day, as much as I don't want my daughter to listen to whop ass pussy, you understand what I'm saying? I don't want my daughter listen to whop ass pussy. But guess what? My daughter can get out my car and be walking into a store and another car with grown people in it pull up at the store, whop ass pussy. Whop ass pussy. And I'm like, I can't get mad.
And your daughter start working.
Give
it to him, Naya. Give it to him, Naya.
I'm not disagreeing with you because you're right. But what I'm saying is, when I hear you say that, hold on, go. Kamal say Legacy Kevin Hart. You know my eyes.
Legacy said Legacy Kevin Hart just Alex and said, be careful of what you say about LGBT community. You will definitely get canceled.
Yes.
No, that's not necessarily. What's happening is the LGBT community is now standing up for itself because we've allowed people to bully us for so many years. We've not said anything. We've not come forward. And so what's happening is now we've come to a place where we're not going to just let y'all talk about us and let y'all just dog us out. We gonna come back against you. We're gonna come back at you because we tired of it.
They got
and
gays.
that's not we trying to cancel you.
They got gays now that will fight you and shoot you.
Listen, Tony, but listen, Kamal is right, because let me tell you something. Kevin Hart made a joke before he became big Kevin Hart.
Right.
And we both know, we all on this panel know that jokes are jokes. People can joke on me. I'm short. What do short people start a revolution and go to Congress and ask that motherfucker stop talking about we short? Nigga, we know we short. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, D, is it's okay to make jokes. It's okay to have fun. What has happened today is society has got so soft. The United States as a whole culture has become so soft and sensitive to where Kevin Hart said something that was 5 years ago before he became big. Once Kevin Hart made it big and the LGBT community remember what Kevin Hart said 5 years ago before he made it big, this man almost lost endorsements and movies because he as a joke, he was having fun, making people laugh. It was LGBT community people in the audience when he was talking about it, and everybody was laughing and joking. They came back from 5 years and made that man have to go back and apologize for something that he was saying jokingly. We have to get a little bit more tougher, emotional.
I need to say something about that.
Hold on. Let somebody else speak. Go ahead, Ms. Adrian.
What I want to say to that is this. I don't think so much that the United States has gotten so soft. I just think that now, because the LGBTQ community is speaking up and they're starting to be heard, that they want to give them the opportunity. They're jumping in, and I don't want to say jumping on the bandwagon because I don't want to get my head beat. Y'all know how I feel about the community. I'm not, prejudiced at all. But what I'm saying is this, that now everybody's rights are being taken into account, being acknowledged. And I just think that the United States is just doing what they do for everybody else, whatever culture, whether it's blacks, whether it's Hispanics, whether it's LGBTQ.
When did they do that for blacks?
Listen, I'm just saying, but wait a minute, hold on, Legacy. Hold on, because some people have lost jobs for making insensitive comments. Some people's businesses have been affected because of making insensitive comments about the black community, and don't say that they haven't, because they have been. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't never heard of it.
Wait a minute, Legacy. I have heard of quite a few times. It was somebody that I can't remember who she worked for, but it was some big VP of one of them big pharmaceutical companies was on her Instagram or Twitter or something, most likely Twitter, and she made some insensitive comment about the black community, and she lost her job and everything. And this one was making like millions of dollars a year. So what I'm saying is, don't say that they don't do things for the black community. They don't do enough.
You know that,
but
the Clippers owner.
Go ahead, TeAma.
What'd you say?
I told Legacy he know that because what happened with the Clippers owner.
But you're right. I was just thinking about when Ms. Adrian was describing her story, and you're right. But I don't believe outright that man who has majority shares of the Clippers his face may not be used again. He may not sit up in that box, but he has entirely too much money to not be still part owner of the Clippers. I do believe they removed his face. I believe that because we haven't seen him in 3 years, and that does happen. But and Miss Adrian is right, Don Allen is right. The movement has become and is stronger. But when I hear people say, the United States made great moves on that behalf of the LGBTQ community, that's good. But when I also know that we haven't made any strides thus far for the black and brown community to get any bills and laws passed to protect us from onslaughts of officers killing black people and brown people. That right there, when I hear that, that kind of bothers me, because we've been trying to get some laws to protect us from injustices for the last 60 years, and there's over 238 bills that have been put on the forefront, and ain't nobody passed now bill yet to protect us from violence. So when I hear people say that shit becomes it makes me hot because I'm tired. I mean, let's look at the Asian community. The Asian community just started to get violated sometime this year, and it ain't take Joe Biden more than 60 days to pass a damn law to protect them from any hate, crime, or violence, and we deal with it every day.
Now let me add also. Let me piggyback to what you were saying earlier about as far as the look of as far as Lil Nas and this and that and the children this and the children that kissing on the stage with another man. Well, was it an issue when Madonna did it?
And Madonna did that years ago. You're right.
Madonna kissed a woman. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Nikki Minaj, Cardi B. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And let's even go from the women.
And Diana Ross played with Lil Kim Teddy.
Okay, let's I remember that. Yes, she did.
But you know what? Let me say something. What I think it is because it's almost like that cliche that women can do certain things that men can't, and men can do certain things that women can't, and it is socially acceptable for two women to be together much more than it is for two men. And I don't know why that is, no more than I understand why it is that a woman can go out and do the same thing a man does, sleep with multiple men. She's a hoe and the man is just a man. But we ain't going there, Legacy. We ain't going there.
I'm with you, Auntie. I'm with you, Auntie.
I also want to
we ain't going.
I want to point this out real quick. Now, it's socially accepted that the gays have been here forever. First of all,
a long time.
They didn't just come on the scene.
No, a long time.
You know, so it's okay for y'all to sit around and rub shoulders and sit in a boardroom with your Birdman who's kissing Lil Wayne because he's because he's masculine. It's okay to sit in a boardroom and rub shoulders with your P. Diddy, who's allegedly been put out years ago that he was sleeping with boys. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to rub shoulders, sit in the boardroom, and deal with your 50 cents because he also has been put out there and even got Vivica Fox eating his booty hole like groceries. You know, and she,
Are you mad? Are you mad? Because she's
not at all.
Are you sure?
Not at all. Sure? You know, but you know what I'm saying? So it's okay.
I'd have ate 50's ass. I love 50.
That probably tastes like old nickels and dimes.
That's all right, though.
Let me finish it.
And garbage.
Actually, that's what Vivica A. Fox said to Wendy Williams. She said, "Are you mad?"
So listen, so it's okay for those men because they produce and portray masculinity. But long as Lil Nas is doing the exact same thing, but because he's displaying femininity, now
that's the problem.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the problem.
You know, because like I said, I just named about 5 or 6 women who did the same thing. It wasn't an issue. I just named about 3 or 4 guys who have done the same thing. It's not an issue.
And it wasn't an issue, right?
But because he's showing femininity, he's showing who he is. It's an issue.
Because society just can't deal with feminine men.
This is what I always say. Oppressed people oppress people. Black people always like to say that the gay struggle is nothing like the black struggle. Dear heart, we go through some of the same struggles that black folk have went through with white folk.
Queer.
And because of the fact that black folk have been oppressed by white folk, black folk now turn around and do the same thing to gay black folk. They put that same oppression, that same, okay, well, we don't want you to be like this. You need to change this. You need to stop this. You need to do this. You need to do that. Oh, Q is Q Kamal stands for queer.
Okay, I don't know how you came to that conclusion, Don Allen, when you are supposed to be an apostle. If you're gonna blame that anything hate towards gay, you got to put that on the Bible that you serve.
I'm saying oppress people. Because black people turn around and do the same thing that to black gay people that was done to them by white people. Same oppression.
Gay people all the way. It has no strand, no gender, no race. Gays in general.
See what Kamal just said. And that's the problem that I have right there. Gay rights and black rights. It is very
rights.
close. It's very close, come on. Very, very close.
But you got to realize, you're saying black people, the Bible is the first one to that told mankind, period, to hate.
Yeah, we taught to hate in the church.
So you cannot put that on your oppressors. Your oppressors taught their own people, white, black, Spanish, any nationality that you have that goes to a church and they have
you on fire tonight. You on fire
tonight. It said hate, hate.
Right, that's true.
They even got mothers hating their kids.
Their kids, yep.
The Bible, not the black, the Bible.
Woo! But black people do it, TeAma, though. They do.
Let me tell you, white people will kick out their 12-year-old kid and won't even look back.
Oh yes, white evangelicals. Oh God, yes. They are horrible.
Black people will let you get old. Like black people, if they don't agree with their kid, when they kid decide they want to say I'm grown, it's when they kick their motherfucking ass out that door.
18, you gotta go.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, well, Don Allen, what I want to know from you is, are you saying that you feel like that it is more prevalent in the black community than it is the white? Is that why you mentioned that?
I do, because I've met personally a lot of white Caucasian people whose families did know that they were LGBT or whatever, and they did not like it, but they didn't go to the extreme of a lot of black families. They didn't go to that.
And let me tell you, there's a lot of black families that literally embraced and loved their kids to the gods.
Yes, ma'am.
Where I live in,
I don't know of too many of them though.
I do.
I do.
Manners where there is.
I do.
The majority are white gay people who family just shunned them to where they got their own community, to where they only stay in their own communities.
Kamal was in the amen section today.
That's true, TeAma. That's true.
Don't feel like it's just a struggle for the black gay person.
Because it's struggle for all around.
You just pull out the only black gay people. It is more gay white people killing themselves than the black people, because how many people has turned their bikes on them?
Yes.
For real. So,
that's true.
And the community need to stick together and don't even put no racial or nothing in there, because the world is against y'all all together. So y'all either stand together or just burn all together.
And to jump on you, TeAma, about what you said, because you're right. The only difference, Don Allen, and this is true, you don't hear about the onslaughts of how many gay people have been assaulted by their own kind, because they don't prevalently advertise it or talk about it on the news. But it happens around the United States on a daily basis, where you find more white folks have been assaulted.
They say every 14 minutes a gay hate crime has happened to where someone that lost their life. So if you say every 14 minutes, Google it. Every 14 minutes, someone is killed for a hate crime by being gay. Do you know how many bodies that is in the run of a day within 24 hours?
And that's both white and black, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. But being that they are,
I was just stating my experience being black. I understand what you're saying, but I was just stating my experience being black and gay.
Listen,
I was stating my experience.
Don Allen, it's 3 of us on here that's gay. I done dated girls during them my whole life. So has Tony. But long as we keep this idea that it's the black gays, you take light off for the white gays that's being shunned. So does the white gays when they think it's just them.
That's true, because there's a big separation between white gays and black gays. It's a huge one.
Exactly. They even have their separate prides. I also want to point out. Listen, I also want to point out something.
Yeah.
They showed up.
They're white, right? Like you went, I think you recently went to Lake Worth Gay Pride, correct? Miss Adrian? Yes.
Not this year, but like 2 years ago, I did. Yes.
That was the white pride.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Well, yeah, in retrospect, I guess, yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
So I
It was
remember
some
one
bad
year I
people,
went
but
to
it is
Philadelphia.
what- yeah,
One year I went to New
absolutely
York
right.
and Philadelphia, and while I was in Philadelphia, two weekends back to back. The first weekend was a Black Gay Pride, and the very next weekend was White Gay Pride.
So is the one in Miami the Black Gay Pride?
Miami's usually the black one.
Okay.
But listen, I
Okay.
want to point out something else that, and I'll tell me if this was being shady on the part of the baby. Everyone knows the story about recently happened with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, where he allegedly supposedly shot her in the foot. Okay, now with that incident going on and taking place, right during the baby's concert, he played a Megan Thee Stallion's song. Right after that song, or right after or during that song, Tory Lanez, who shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, comes out with his big costume on. They didn't know who it was, and then he takes it off on stage and reveals himself, and it's Tory Lanez. Now, is that shady or is that shady?
He was being messy as fuck. Messy.
Knowing that Megan and the baby was supposed to be doing a song together, but now you all of a sudden becoming buddy with the person who shot me, and you brought him out on stage doing my song.
Damn.
Let me tell you, at the end of the industry,
how could that possibly happen? I'm pretty sure Megan Thee Stallion has a restraining order against him from the shooting.
At the end of the day, this is a dirty game the industry like to play.
It really is.
They don't care what
it really is. Surely is.
Like they
Let's
say,
not forget
no publicity is bad publicity.
There you go.
Right.
See, this is what I'm saying. And a lot of that shit is PR, TeAma. A lot of that shit, TeAma, I believe is PR. A lot of that shit that they do is PR. I just think it is.
I agree with you.
I believe a lot of that shit be PR too. Like you said, no PR is bad publicity. But I also think a lot of the shit they do be PR stunts. I just do. Because if it ain't nothing to talk about or ain't nothing going on, you got to create some shit.
Amen.
What they call create a buzz. Because if you don't create a buzz, then you become irrelevant and you become a nothing and a nobody.
Exactly.
So you got to keep a buzz at all times. Just like the West Coast, East Coast beat. They had to create that to create something. That was really no East Coast, West Coast beat. They created that.
So let's talk about the subject at hand. The subject is what is it now? Do straight men what?
Fear gay men. And I think they do because of the fact that the reason why I made up that title, the reason I say I think that straight men fear gay men is because at this point in 2021, going into 2022, gay people are becoming more prevalent, more seen, more on the forefront. They have more power. They're not just your hairdressers anymore. They're not just your stylists. They're not just the person that carry your luggage. They're not just your chauffeurs anymore or the cameramen. They're not in front. They're now the actors, the actresses. Even with the trans, right now, Sports Illustrated just released the new issue, and it has a transgender on the front cover.
The black.
MJ Rodriguez from Pose is the first trans woman to be nominated for an Emmy.
You know what I'm saying?
The first really trans woman to be nominated for an Emmy for Pose.
So I think the hip hop industry, because hip hop has always been this super thuggish masculinity community. You know, the homies, the thugs. It's all about the
bitches and the hoes.
What a nigga want, they've always been this hard masculine. So now all of a sudden to have the hip hop industry, and now the queers is now all of a sudden becoming mainstream. They weren't ready for that. The hip hop industry, they're like, well, we didn't invite them. They're taking over.
Well, listen, I told my son, me and my oldest son, who is straight, went to my daughter's basketball game one day, and it was a girl in there, and she was a stud. And I told my son, you motherfucking boys better watch out, because these studs taking over. Goddamn, make me want to cross over. Shit.
Okay.
And they be fine.
I don't give a damn how much they take over.
Look,
I don't never want to cross over.
Nobody said you. I said me. Say you.
Before we go into
Right. Ain't nobody even mentioned Legacy name.
Hold on. Let me stand up for the straight people.
Okay.
Because I've been working.
You might need to stand up. You might need to stand up on that chair. So we'll know.
Right, because that's the only way you'll be seen if you stand up on the chair.
Stand up on the chair. You already know that. But let me say this. I don't think, far as being fretful of anything being taken away from straight people. I just feel like, you know, that's like anything in evolution. Whenever something starts to be taken over, white folks are afraid if black folks ever were to get a toehold on money and land, that they will no longer have to be able to oppress black people or brown people. So they're fretful of that. People who've been doing what they do in the rap industry for as long as they have, you know, they see a new movement, and it's called self-preservation. So in order for me to protect me, I have to annihilate something else, because it's either me or you. And it's not about nobody being scared. I agree with you.
I agree with you, Legacy, because that's like when people see something change, it scares them. That's like we talked on time ago. Compton, hey mommy, hey mother-in-law. Just like Compton and Watts, people don't even realize Compton and Watts were white areas. But as soon as black people moved in to Compton and Watts, they became black areas. When black people started moving in, white people moved out. All of them moved out. So that's why Compton and Watts are black now.
Right. Tina Moore said, what about gays assaulting gays? And then Kamal said, queer means weird, if I'm not mistaken. So if we call the group queer, which means weird or different, why the hell does anyone get upset when something weird or different is put in your face? Okay.
But let me go back. Let me answer the first one. When they say about gays assaulting gays, you can talk about it, but it's kind of like when white folks say, "Well, why are we doing this? We talk about the black on white crime, white on black crime, but then they like to lean to the left to say, well, in order to remove that conversation so we can deal with it.
What about the black on black crime?
They throw that black on black crime situation. But what about the black on black crime? We'll deal with black on black crime after we get y'all ass where we need y'all to be on why y'all
right.
And see, that's what has to happen. The gay community needs to patrol why they are assaulting each other. We're gonna deal with us black on black crime. White folks, keep your motherfucking hands to yourself and your bullets, and then you ain't got to worry about what we gonna do to y'all. That's all I'm saying. So if the gays if we want to worry about why the gays, let the gay community first intermediately intertwine and find out what's going on that's causing that violence amongst each other, because it needs to be unity, just like there needs to be unity between blacks. But if you've been taught hate, self-hate, since over 500-600, at least 500 years of oppression and hate, that's what we spew out the vast majority of the time. So now we have to get back to learning to love ourselves.
I love what you said. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Just like a lot of gays are very catty with each other. You know why? Like you said about the self-hate. We've been taught self-hate because growing up, like TeAma said, in church, you are taught to hate yourself. You're taught to hate everything about you. You're taught that what you are and who you are is disgusting, is nasty, is vile. And so because of that vileness, now you spread that bile to the other people in your community, and you're catty towards each other, you mean towards each other, you hateful towards each other, because you basically hate yourself. So you take that hatred out on the other people in your community. That's what happens with the gays as well. We take it out on each other. We become catty with each other.
So queer. Somebody piggyback on the queer one. When he says queer means weird, if I'm not mistaken. So if we call this group queer, which means weird or different, why the hell does anyone get upset when something weird or different is put in your face?
Kamal, I'm gonna just have to roll with the fact that anything that's out of the ordinary of heterosexual,
people don't like
it.
anything out of the ordinary of heterosexual could be considered as queer because most people are not ready for change. So if you can't, most people find a way to defile somebody's, me and you both are Muslims. And here in the United States, Christianity is dominant. And most people look at Muslims as terrorists, even though me and you are not a terrorist.
Which is so wrong.
So, Christians can look at us and call us queer because we're strange and different, not in a sexual sense, but when you went to the definition, it clearly states that it's just based off of something being different or of the normal.
Right. Okay.
I think when the queer term originally came out, and if anyone knows on here that can correct me or tell me any different, then please do so. But I think when queer first came out, originally queer was referring to the white princely gay boys, because the black boys was the gays and the white boys was the queers.
Oh.
Right. And okay, the LGBT. Let me give the actual letters. It's LGBTQIAQ, and I'm gonna tell you what. Queer. There's two things actually. Queer and questioning. Questioning meaning intersex means you can go in between sexes. The A is for asexual, meaning that you ain't attracted to nothing, no type of sex. Asexual, nothing turns you on. And then you have pansexual too. But the queer, like Tony was saying, he was talking about like the more effeminate, like gothic white guys that dress like with the black nails and black makeup.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought queer
was.
Or Boy George. Boy George was queer.
Boy George is queer.
Right.
Boy George was queer because he wore that different weird makeup and hair.
Thank you, TeAma.
Yeah, he was queer for a long time. He's always been queer.
Thank you, TeAma. Thank you, TeAma. Let's see what else Kamal had to say.
Not sure my question came off right. If it's weird or different, it will get attention. Why would someone get upset because of the way weird or different is criticized?
Great question.
I got
a good question.
Half of the people that get that mad is because they're afraid that you're going to see their true colors.
Okay, come on now.
Basically.
TeAma on one tonight.
Yes. TeAma trying to get promoted to evangelist. But listen,
and if you ask
wait a minute, we need to pass the collection plate because TeAma preaching in here tonight.
Yes.
Like back to the thing with are the straight men afraid of gay men or whatever like that? I think that sometimes maybe they question within themselves because maybe they might find, or maybe they feel like they may be gay or something because maybe they see a man that looks good to them, and instead of just saying, "Okay, man, you look nice," whatever they feel like, if I say that, somebody's going to think I'm gay.
Somebody's going to think I'm gay,
I think that straight men fear gay men, and then you have some straight men that don't matter whether or not they around gay, whether they're around straight or whatever, because they're secure with themselves. So a straight man is secure with themselves. They don't care about who they're around, and it doesn't affect them. Then you got those ones that come across as homophobic, they straight, but I honestly believe is that they question themselves about it, and so that's why they fear them.
That's why every time you turn around,
experience that in my life, that all the men that have been secure with themselves, such as Legacy, I call my brother, Darren, I call my brother, Cordell, I call my nephew, all my straight male friends who are comfortable with themselves and with their sexuality, they come around me, I go around them, we've been to each other's houses,
right.
And they'll be seen with me in public. Me and Legacy, we did an A.T.L show at Golden Corral. Filmed it. They're comfortable, but when you have those men that don't want to be around the gays or telling their girlfriend, look at that punk over there, look at that faggot over there.
Right.
Those are the main ones. Those are the main ones that when I was 19 years old was climbing through my window.
Listen, and the ones that always, every time you turn around, them faggot, that punk. That's easy. Man, they make my skin itch. I can't stand being around them sissies. I can't stand being around them punk. They make my skin crawl.
Or like them men that want to tell you when they put your finger in my ass type deal. Because they out there. Yeah.
What?
Grab my ass. Come on now, shit.
Around a girl and she was
Hold
like,
on.
"Oh, I never
Legacy.
let a girl." The ones that'll be sitting there, you know how you're in a group and they be like, "Oh, I could never see me with another girl." Blah blah blah. You then will tell you that will be the girl that I target, and I will fuck her one time and never come back. Remember, you ain't gay. You are not
I
gay.
love TeAma. You wild. I love it.
That's
Not
me.
gay.
That's me.
That was
That's yeah. I don't blame the TeAma. That's me, honey.
honey. If you
I gotta show you.
before the end of the, I'm gonna trap you. So she
I
better
love a
not
challenge.
she don't fuck with girls. Because to me, my brain find that as a full challenge.
Miss Beverly said, "What about the DL, the down low men?"
They were just talking about.
What about them, Miss Beverly?
Miss Beverly, those are some of the most dangerous men that most gay men can be with. The ones that's on the DL, because they will kill you just to keep.
They will kill you. Yes,
Just
because
to keep
like the man who killed everybody at Post. People got to remember that man was uncomfortable with his sexuality. He was on Grindr. He was meeting dudes on Grindr, meeting dudes. They did in his phone history. Grindr, Jack, Scruff. He was on all of them. And because he's Muslim, he's been taught like we've been taught. He's been taught to hate himself. And so because of the fact that he hate what he see, he hate the fact that they could come there and be free and be happy and be themselves. And he feel like he can't do that. So because he can't do that, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just go in here off all these faggots off. I'm gonna offer
what at that club in Orlando?
Yeah.
and Post.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't happy with his own sexuality. He was on Grindr and he was meeting dudes 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. He was doing that. They went through his history. They went through his phone history.
Don't forget, the man had a whole wife.
A whole wife.
A whole wife, 1 kid, a whole wife.
No.
Yep.
Lord mercy.
Before we go any further, I just want to remind everybody, yes, you all know the A.T.L show is currently on vacation and we're on hiatus for the month. Hey, Tory.
Even though it don't sound like it.
We're on vacation and we're on hiatus for the month of July.
Auntie Adrian, this is my baby.
Hi, baby. I just want to let y'all know that we will be back on the 17th of July. I'm sorry, 17th of August. And when we come back, our first show is going to be the family reunion. Yes, Legacy father was definitely a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. So in the midst of doing so, he created siblings and children all over creation. So now Legacy is going to meet his family, his siblings, for the first time here on the A.T.L show. So definitely tune in and watch this show because it's going down. So the season premiere is going to be August 17th. And it's going to be called The Family Reunion. So y'all make sure y'all watch the show. It'll be a really good show. So y'all bring y'all Kleenex. I want y'all in here crying.
Oh God, please don't be in here doing none of that shit.
Oh, well, see, I'm a crier, so I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna cry if I fucking feel like it.
You and me us never part, my key dada. You and me us have a heart, my key dada. Ain't no ocean, ain't no sea, my key dada.
That's gonna be a good show.
Away from. Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome show. It's gonna be an awesome show. And I also want to remind everybody that we still do the letters. So make sure everybody send your letters to the Dear A.T.L. We will be reading your letters. So.
Dear A.T.L. is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to TheAnthonyBrownShow at gmail.com.
Tina Mo said, the A.T.L show's family reunion. Well, the family reunion was the Legacy's family. Because Daddy was a Rolling Stone. He was just dropping children all over creation.
Okay, wherever he.
So, you know, I'm gonna give y'all a quick snippet. Take that. I think that the dude is, from what I've understood, the man has at least 36 kids.
Wow.
And I know one of my sisters, two of them. I've met personally, but we haven't really. One of my sisters that would be on there. We've seen each other twice in life, but we've communicated on Facebook or something. But far as like going, it hasn't ever take place. And my brother that's on there, that'll be on there. That would have been about 2 weeks, Tony, 2 to 3 weeks now that I met him. Me and Tony met him both at the same time. I had Tony on the phone with me today that I got his number and we called and we talked and everything. But by me meeting him, I found out that the dude got another son that's 48, and I reached out to him today to try to communicate. So I'm trying to get as many as I can to participate in this show. I do believe it's going to be hot. I do believe it's going to be some things that need to be said. And like I say, I ain't a crybaby, so I'm definitely not doing any of that.
You don't know what you're going to do till that day, so hush.
Well, I haven't cried since 2002.
Was you overdue?
Never say never. Never say.
I didn't say never. I said I don't cry.
Tina Mo said player.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from, because I ain't nothing like that.
Okay.
Okay.
And the camera pans on you.
So we was going to be on here 30 minutes, and we ended up being on here for down there. Mm-hmm. It got good though.
Yes.
Yeah. So please tune in August 17th at 9 p.m. We're gonna be bringing that fire. It's gonna be a lot of new things added to the show. The intro, music, outro. We're gonna be bringing it, and we got some new people that's gonna be, coming in that I feel that y'all gonna love to see when we do the show on the 17th. So please come and support. We got a lot of new topics that we're gonna be smoking the pants off of up around here, because guess what? The A.T.L is the blueprint. A.T.L.
Oh.
So Miss Adrienne, what's going on with you in your cooking show?
I'm gonna be coming on your show cooking once a week, from what I understand, or once a month, or whatever.
You supposed to do that 3 weeks ago when you was dealing with that mess.
Yeah, but you also know what happened too. I told y'all before.
I know about that, but I'm talking about that mess at the airport.
Yeah. So that's it. It's all at a minimum. I'm ready. I would never commit to something I'm not able to do. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it.
Yes, everybody. Miss Adrienne has an awesome cooking channel, and so what we're gonna do, we're gonna incorporate her cooking channel along with the A.T.L show and the Anthony Brown show. And we're gonna do her cooking shows probably once a week live or once a month live. So she's gonna be cooking. We're gonna be asking questions. You guys can ask questions. You can write down stuff and have a recipe right here on the screen. So for those, especially men who don't know how to cook, and some of you women too.
Lots of them women that don't know how to cook.
Lots of them modern women.
The microwave hole.
Yeah. These modern women who do not know how to cook. Well, Miss Adrienne is a cook, a chef. She knows her way around the kitchen, so she's gonna show y'all how to do some things.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
What's going on with you, TeAma?
What you mean? What's going on?
Wait a minute. Let's all join together and sing "Happy Birthday" for TeAma. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm all out.
Happy birthday, TeAma. Happy birthday to
Hold on, let me do it properly. Let me do it properly. Let me give her a good one. Okay. Let me give her
Give a good one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday TeAma. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
I know that's right.
Thank you.
That made
Yeah.
me moist. Yes, TeAma turns. Everybody, TeAma turns 25 today.
I know that's right. I turned 26.
Yes, Tony. 25. We're gonna be that way for another 20 years.
TeAma turns 25 today. Yes.
For another 20.
For another 20 years. I'm 25. You got a
I
problem
know
with
that's
that
right.
legacy?
Not one. Not one.
He don't want no problems today,
Tina Mo said easy bake oven for some.
Tony, because my cookie box will definitely put me at an 18.
Yes.
Nobody want any problems today. I'll say that for the A.T.L show.
Bim.
Bam, DA. Don Allen.
Yeah. Nah.
Tina Mo said that voice is mind-blowing.
Thank you, Tina Mo.
Tina Mo, I'm putting you in timeout because you're starting some bullshit right now.
I'm talking about block her ass right now.
Yes, that's foolishness. Don't do that to him.
Don Allen will drop an album tomorrow.
Don't do it. Stop, Tina. Tina, put your phone down. Walk away from the camera. Walk away from the light. Oh, okay. What's going on with you, Don Allen, with DA?
I'm selling my paparazzi. I was supposed to start my music show back, but I've been experiencing little things in my body, but I'm definitely gonna start it back because I'm ready for it. I'll let you know when it's a definite, but I am gonna start my show back. The Chill Zone, WTZZ Music Box Radio on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm gonna start that back, get it to 100%. And I'm going to Las Vegas for the paparazzi convention. I'm so excited.
Oh, good.
Next week, all week, I'll be in Las Vegas.
What the comments say right there, Don Allen? What the comments say on the screen?
Oh, I see a DA concert on the A.T.L show.
Come on.
Thank you,
Come on, I'm going to contact your wife to take your phone.
I'm talking about take it right now. You are not a number 10 fan.
But actually, come on. Now that y'all say that about the concert, unbeknownst to any of you, Don Allen had let me hear he's working on a single or 3 singles actually, and he let me hear the 3 the other day. And actually, I was actually blown away with what I was hearing. I didn't know he had all that up in him, but it sounds wonderful, and I could see hearing those 3 songs on radios, on the Stella Awards.
You said that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking into existence, and I'm believing and having faith, Don Allen, that you could do it, and I'm just trusting that the Lord is gonna just rain down on you, just many blessings. That
I'm excited. Thank you. I receive.
Man, you just step out and just do what you're supposed to do.
And when my music does drop, I will come on and at least do one of my singles when it drops. A couple more get in the studio and do it.
Okay. Well, I think we just must. What's going on with you, Legacy? Where can they find you?
I am still trying to get my box truck business going.
Well, I was just trying to say your box worked. I thought you were going to say.
Somebody take that goddamn computer out from around him tonight. This nigga is off the chart. But yeah, and I'm enjoying my summer vacation with my daughter. We're spending a lot of time that is just beautiful that I get to have her and spend that type of time with her. Tony been sharing a few little time with her also. I appreciate Tony for.
I love your daughter because she always see things my way.
That's the only reason you love her?
Well, no, that's not the only reason.
That's
but
what
that
it sounds like.
Look, Lord,
Oh, and Kamal.
bring it down.
She told me to tell you, Kamal, that number one needs to holler at number two again because you be on here too much. That's what she told me. That what she and you think I'm joking? Ask Tony, my daughter. I gotta do something because she knows how to get onto the A.T.L show better than grown people do. She told Tony exactly how to get on here and everything. I was like, girl, somebody need to put parental things on your phone over there at your mama's house.
Okay.
She can tell you what we talk about. I'm like, hey, you can't be watching that because she want to watch the news show. So I gotta get parental guidance over there on that phone.
Oh yes, she can't hear this show.
Listen, she told Tony that. Come on, you crazy! But she told Tony, that how did she say it? She said she was letting Tony know that that she ain't worried. That she part of the A.T.L show because her picture is on the A.T.L show. Yeah, when we first did our first one before Tony edited, there was pictures of me and her that they were showing on the show. So she told Tony she got stock in the A.T.L already.
Yes, she did. Yes, she is important.
Get your coins, baby. Get your coins.
How old is she?
She's 9.
Oh yes, honey. She already know the value of $1.
She's 9, going on 19.
I ain't nowhere near ready for none of that, boy. I'm talking about I learned something new every day that I'm with this little girl that nobody could have prepared me for with my boys. And I have 6 boys.
Uh-huh.
And she's my last child, and she is everything they not.
Also, I just want to remind you, tomorrow night I'm doing a show at 8:00. So you guys want to definitely tune in for that. That's a show. I'm bringing Miss Kimberly Dooley. She's the creator and the CEO of PaidForYourSay.com.
Yes, I want to see that because I want to talk about how that works.
She's going to be teaching you and directing you how to do market research surveys and get paid. I went through her program and everything, and I tell you, it's working. In like 10 days, I made $615, and I just signed up today for a vision. I think it was a vision eyeglass course or something, but it's $100. It pays $100. So definitely tune in tomorrow at 8:00 here on the Anthony Brown Show. The special guest is Kimberly Dooley, the CEO and founder of PaidForYourSay.com. She's gonna be on. She's bringing some friends with her, some members that have also that's killing the game, because we got people in the program that's making like $4,000 a month just doing surveys, sitting at home. So definitely tune in tomorrow night for that. Anything else you guys want to say before we go?
Hold on. You know what I want to tell them, but I'm gonna let the person who can say it better than me say it. Give it to him, Miss Adrian.
A.T.L hoes.